Good morning. It's raining. So happy.
Oh, it's such a relief.
It's glorious, and it is so needed on the trails. The trails were starting to get that moon dust where they start crumbling apart, and so this moisture is just wonderful.
It really is. And not only does that dust affect the air quality when you're riding or hiking, it can also be dangerous.
Yeah, because sometimes, the line of especially for a mountain biker, you slip around the line and there's maybe a blind corner and there's a big pile of dust, and that doesn't work so well with big thick tires. So yeah, we're grateful that it's the moisture is also helping us with some trail building projects we've got. We've got two major projects going on the mountain. One is from the 9K trail to the mid-mountain trail. There'll be a connector trail. It's a flow trail, and when we're trying to dig in dry dirt, it doesn't work well. But this moisture is really going to help that project along. And then we have another project it's called the Mother Urban Trail. It's up on the Treasure Hill open space, and that'll be 4 miles up only for bikes, and it'll just be an amazing, kind of an alternative to Jenny's and Armstrong. So yeah, got some major stuff going on out there.
Which is great. It sounds like the trails are looking good. Hopefully people can get out and enjoy. If it is raining, do you encourage people to stay off the trails?
Well, the trails are so dry right now that they're really just absorbing that moisture, and it's making for what the guys call hero dirt. So maybe the gals call it that too. But so it's making for really good hiking and riding conditions. However, you probably noticed last night there was a lot of lightning and thunder, and that is not conducive to outdoor activities. So if you're out, just watch the skies carefully. You do not want to get stuck in one of those lightning storms. They're really scary. We actually had a crew up in Bonanza Flat, I think it was a couple days ago, like maybe Thursday or Wednesday, and they got stuck out in what they described as very sketchy conditions. So they hightailed it back to the trucks and worked their way down the mountain, but it can be really dangerous.
That's a good reminder, because it can also come really out of nowhere.
Right.
When it's predicted, it can just start up. So make sure to check the radars and be prepared. It's great to know.
Yeah, bring rain jackets. Make sure that you have an exit route, a quick way down, and know how to protect yourself.
And some other things that are happening within mountain trails, the virtual Mid-Mountain Marathon is coming up.
Yeah, so the Mid-Mountain Marathon has been around for a couple decades. It's one of our fundraisers, and we just marked the course. It is a virtual race again this year. We didn't have a good sense of what COVID would be doing back in January when we opened registration and we were buying the medals and the shirts and all that stuff that has to happen really early up front in a race production. So we had it virtual again this year just to protect the public and make sure that our racers aren't transmitting COVID. So things have improved, and maybe they're going back the wrong direction at this moment, but we are doing the race virtually. So if you want to get out and support mountain trails and do a really cool marathon, it was voted one of the best marathons in Utah. It's amazing, and we've got the course is marked, so you'll start at Silver Lake. There is no parking at Silver Lake. Run the course, and it'll be ending. We've changed the course ending a little bit because we're not ending at the UOP jumps because there is no finish line. I mean, official, finish line, village people. So you can run down Moose Puddle, which is actually a nicer down. So it should be a really great course. So we hope people will get out there and race this weekend, or through August 17th, I think it is. So pick a day, any day, go race the course.
And while you miss having other people, maybe people out there cheering for you, running with others on the same course, I think it can be a great way to start a marathon if you've never done one, kind of a less pressure, let's see how this goes kind of thing. Yeah,
for sure. The one thing I would caution is that if you're a new runner to that distance, that you recognize there are no aid stations. So that could throw a little wrench. You'd have to be fully self-supported unless you have somebody who's tailing you on a bike, or some really awesome friend who wants to help you pack your stuff. But yeah.
So good to go into that race with a good plan.
Yeah, for sure.
And another question that I have for you is the explosion in popularity of e-bikes.
Oh my. Right. Okay, so really popular. E-bikes are not allowed on Park City's single track unless you're 65 or older or you have a mobility disability. In the basin, so essentially from the White Barn to the north, no e-bikes at all, no exceptions. So if you are 65 or older, you have a mobility disability, come on into city limits and you'll be allowed to ride there. Otherwise, e-bikes are strictly prohibited. And it is a Class B misdemeanor, so you know, same as providing alcohol to a minor, that's a Class B misdemeanor. It is really quite a serious offense, so just stay off the trails if you have an e-bike. However, that said, if you would like to go ride e-bikes legally, you can go out into Wasatch County, and they're actually in Skyridge, which is the north end of the Jordanelle Reservoir, and then like Dutch Hollow and Riverview trails. Those are all e-bike friendly. So hop, skip, and a jump away.
So do some research, find where it is definitely
Yeah.
allowed to have e-bikes, and hopefully get out and enjoy yourself.
Right, yeah.
Where's the best place to get more information?
Mountaintrails.org has a list of places you can e-bike legally, and it also has a link to the ordinance. So if you really want to dig down into the nitty-gritty, you can access that information on our website.
It's all there. Well, thank you so much, Lora Smith, for being here. We always appreciate your updates.
Sure, thank you.
All right, you can find out more about mountain trails, as Lora mentioned, at mountaintrails.org. Get all the information about the Mid-Mountain Marathon that is virtual. Find trail maps and find out more about e-bikes and restrictions with that. We'll be back with more here on Mountain Connections right after this.